Okay, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use PyroDirect's gummed paper tape. Now, this is what it looks like when it comes, and of course you'll have a lot more because I've had this one for a while, but comes in a large roll. There's actually a lot of tape here. I'm not sure. I think this one was about $10 or so. I'm not quite sure, but it's very cheap, and it gives you a lot of paper tape. So let's zoom in here and get a closer look at this thing. So when you look at it, it just looks like a strip of maybe 20 or hell, maybe 10-pound craft paper. And the only thing different about it is on one side it's regular craft, and the other side there's a adhesive. And you can feel it because it's a little bit sticky, and it shines as well. The other side's just craft paper. And how this works is you get this adhesive side wet, and then it'll stick. A lot of times for ball shells, I've never used this on a cylinder shell, but for ball shells it's very useful because a lot of the times people have to cut up strips of craft paper and then soak them in wheat paste or water, and then kind of like paper mache. But this makes the pasting process very, very easy and affordable. So I'm going to show you how this thing works. So what I have here, I have a 2.5-inch Farfel Salute, and I have what's left of my nitrate magnesium powder, flash powder in there, and a couple standard cut stars. Standard cut stars meaning just the basic black powder formula pressed into pretty large balls, or pretty large stars about the size of marbles, just because I just wanted to make a salute just for the purpose of this video. Now I'll be pasting that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a sponge like that, and with a water bottle just wet the top, and you want it to be almost soggy wet because you want the top to be wet. So, and how I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to cut it in about, say, 12-inch long strands. About. And I usually use about 10, just because I like to get quite a few full rotations or revolutions, or whatever you want to call it, on here. And I like to make mine fit. If it fits too loose in the mortar, it's going to blow break or flower pot. If it fits too tightly, it might flower pot also. So what I've discovered is I like to paste mine until there's about a millimeter on each side, so that when you shake it back, if you're holding the quick match and you're shaking it back and forth, it doesn't rattle, but it moves a little bit. So how you do this is you take the adhesive side and you just run it on the sponge here. And I run it about 3 times until you can see some moisture on the back, and the front is very shiny and almost slimy to the touch. And I'm going to run this on the equator here. What I like about this is in the past I've used paper mache, and I found that the paper mache method wets the contents of the shell. It'll make the paper hemisphere really soggy, and it'll get the interior of your shell wet. And you can't really just crack it open to see if the stars are, dry yet, because it's, So I'm getting about 1.5 turns from these 12-inch strips, and you can calculate it out to do like 1 or a little bit, but basically I'm just turning it, and then after I paste it on there, it's super sticky, almost like glue, and then I'm just working it tight, working out any air bubbles, trying to get the creases as flat as possible, like so, and then just keep working this along until your shells is the desired width. So just keep pasting this. You don't have to do one covering and then let it dry. You can just do the whole thing and let it dry. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thing about this though is at the edges, see that, get a little bit creased, and you can just work those out really easily and make it nice and flat. So, or just roll it on a hard surface. But I've never had a problem before. So, thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and watch for my next video.